Well, hello everybody. This is Grace on a Journey with Grace on a Journey Channelings. Welcome to the newcomer. And to those of you returning, my fellow travelers, welcome back. You are valued and appreciated. So today, I believe that our channeling is an ancestor message. And the title is Enabling Love versus True Love. Enabling Love versus True Love. Now, I'd like to begin by sharing a story that I heard on a documentary that I watched maybe last month. And it just came across my timeline. I would have never done research for such information. But God has a way of revealing truths to you and enabling you with wisdom when you just follow your intuition, be in the knowledge that nothing is a coincidence, and remain alert in order to listen to what messages are being sent or revealed to you. So as I said earlier, I came across a documentary on a video, and it spoke about a young lady who seemed to be an introvert, not much of a people person, due to circumstances or personality traits. Whatever the case, she was more comfortable engaging with pets. But the pet that she chose to have was a snake. Now, when she first purchased the snake and brought him home, not everyone was comfortable about it, but she lived in her own home, so not much people could have anything to say about it either. But she grew to be close and closer to the snake, to the point where wherever she was, the snake was. Whether she was cooking or relaxing or even sleeping. It came to the point that every night that snake slept in the same bed with her. But she began to notice a change in the snake. In the past, his appetite was always ready to eat whatever she provided. Mice and other things. But then she noticed his appetite began to decrease over time. And she realized it became a pattern. He would be eating less and less. until she decided to take him to the veterinarian to investigate what is going on with the snake. Is he sick? And how can it be treated? And after several tests was done, she got the results. She got the results. And they were very surprising to both her and those of us that watched the documentary. And the doctor explained that, I understand you love this pet, and I know that you have a good relationship. I am sure the love that you share is mutual. However, this is a snake. The reason that you noticed a change in his appetite is due to the fact, let me repeat, this is a snake. See, sometimes whatever it is right in front of us, right? But we want to overlook it. We want to paint it in a manner that is acceptable. We want to change the script. But because it's a snake, it behaves as such. And he was making room. He was starving himself and making room to eat you. And she was in shock, as those of us that watched the documentary. Because I'm thinking to myself, okay, you have a pet, you spoil the pet, you treat the pet, you feed the pet. You would never expect for it to bite the hand that fed him. To the point he wanted to eat her, kill her. It was his nature. And after leaving that doctor's office, she decided to make peace with what she wanted to blind herself to, which were the facts. Regardless of your love for that snake, you must love yourself first. You must keep yourself safe first. You must utilize wisdom first. She decided to do what she was supposed to do since the beginning of the journey, which was keep him in a tank. Now, they didn't go into detail as far as if she ever took him out of the tank and played with him during the day, but I'm assuming she didn't. She kept him in a large tank. She fed him. And their journey continued. Now, when I was reminded about this video, I was thinking to myself, yeah, that's a story I'll never forget, right? But there's a reason why it was brought to my attention. And this is how I received today's title. Enabling love versus true love. Now, we all will experience one or more I'm supposing that was a confirmation, right? We all will experience one or more individuals on our journey we call life that is undeserving of our love. Right? But we also choose to not participate in two wrongs making a right. And this is why those of us that choose to remain in the light, as it is a choice, we understand what it is to manage love in its healthiest form. The truth is, as disgusting as people are, love is an energy. You cannot destroy that energy. But you can reassign that energy. Let me repeat that. Because I've heard several times and from several people, but I love. And that's the excuse that's brought up to every relationship being kept, regardless of the principle. And regardless of the fact that it is toxic. But I love, you don't understand. You just don't understand how deep my love goes. I love hard. I'm sure you've heard your own set of excuses that were shared with you as well. But the facts still remain the facts. If you put yourself in harm's way, you have no one else to blame but yourself. I'm going to say it again. Until it's tattooed on your brain. You have no one else to blame except yourself when you choose to ignore the facts. Whether you are ignoring a warning, a pattern, Whether you are ignoring your intuition, your inner knowing, whether you are ignoring God, and past experiences. You know, it is time, people. It is time that we step away from denial. It is time for us to stop saying or crying, why me? Why me when you put yourself on the buffet table and you say, have me, because I'm a pick me. Yes, the truth may be hard, but the truth is the fact. The fact that you choose to blind yourself from. And the reason why I associate this one of the main reasons I associate this with an ancestor message is because their predicaments, their hardships, their options were different from ours. Today we have more education in areas of psychology, human development, spirituality, social skills, emotional well-being, and so forth. In the past, there were issues regarding economics, limited resources, and traditions that were enforced on different cultures. There also was not a variety of options when it came to belief systems. And it was frowned upon to have skills related to free thinking. In fact, it could cost your life. This is why we are being highlighted these truths, these options, these opportunities are being highlighted and offered to us by several different teachers, messengers, and sometimes family. I will never stop having gratitude for my grandparents, my grand-aunts, my grand-uncles, my older cousins, And although I have a bond, a connection, an undying love to those in my generation, in relation, right? And I also find myself mothering the younger cousins, one being because, to my knowledge, I am the oldest in my generation. I have cousins that are babies, people. Cousins that are in the first grade, right? And I love them all. At the same time, I respect them all. And I understand, regardless of titles and connections, blood relations, that we are on different plateaus, so to speak. We do not have the same understanding because of their season in life and my season in life. And I behave accordingly. Those of them that are open to my mothering, so to speak, I appreciate that. And I'll always be there for them. One in particular that holds a special place in my heart. Oh, she's doing very well in life. And I am so proud of her. You know, sometimes you didn't give birth to the person, but you remember when. And you see them now. And all you can say is, wow, right? But she's special to me, especially because her mom passed away when she was very young. And at the time, I was very young. But I remember in her life, she was so kind, so sweet. She was an adult, but at the same time, was never trying to overpower me, was never trying to belittle me, was never trying to step on me. You know, those type of people with egos that don't know when to use it and when to put it away. Well, she wasn't like that. She had a loving heart. Never believe when you do good that it will be in vain. Because when she treated me in that manner, she never knew that one day she would be in a casket. And I would approach her. And as she laid down in that casket, I would tell her, listen, because of the love you showed to me, I want you to know, although I am not old enough to mother so-and-so, but I promise you, I will be a big sister to her to the extent that she'll let me be. I will show her love and we will never part. And that is a blessing to me. That I can give what I received. Confirmation. You see, you should never bite the hand that once fed you. And the manner that she fed me was with love, with kindness, with understanding, with encouragement. And as I speak to you, I see her beautiful. She is one of the most beautiful people I believe I will ever meet on this earth. And it's very sad that we lost her so early in life. But everything happens for a reason. And so we accept it, right? We learn from it. We grow from it. And due to her relationships, and interaction with others, her children benefited to the extent that they would allow. You understand? You can only help someone to the extent that they allow. I'm going to say that one more time because it's very meaningful. It's very deep. And it's very true. You can only help someone to the extent that they can or will allow. If for some reason this young lady refused to pick up my calls or have lunch or be supportive of me, because it has to be a two-way street. We cannot neglect this either. It shows a sign of maturity. You cannot expect just to receive, and receive some more. Meanwhile, you take, and take some more. And expect the pattern to continue. It only continues when it is a give and take. When I call you on a birthday. When you call me on a birthday. When I call you on New Year's. When you call me. When I just call you. I was thinking about you. You've been heavy on my mind. That means I needed to check in with you. How are you? This is me. How are you? This is not the how are you we say with acquaintances. This is about the how are you? No, really. How are you? I'm here for you. Right? There's a time to show love. There's a time to be nonchalant. Right? There's a time for everything. Right? But what matters to you is what you need to be true to. And this is why there are those in life that are surrounded and submerged in love, right? And then there are others that run on empty, angry, miserable, ugly. Because of their attitude. You cannot expect what you don't give. In the last episode, I spoke about compassion. And what I've noticed through my communication, my interaction with those that I've counseled or lent an ear to or crossed paths with, is the fact that there are many that are angry in the belief that people are not showing enough compassion towards them. Mind you, they are so disconnected to compassion that they've never even crossed paths with it, not even in the dictionary. Half of them don't even know how to spell it. Meanwhile, they're judging you with 10 fingers. She's not showing compassion, and he's not showing compassion, and she's not showing understanding, and they're not showing understanding, and ruminating, pity parties, misery. Oh my gosh, I heard that confirmation. I hear the birds tweet, 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 tweet. True, 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 true. And I heard the confirmations. But the point of all of this is when we are redirected, quote unquote, when we receive these downloads and these senses of direction, what are we doing with the information? Are we choosing to pay attention? To leave denial behind? To accept a change needs to be made? To process in what ways can this be employed in my life? How can I improve my life? And I'm being told to tell you again, this is not to throw stones at you. This is not to call you hypocrite. This is not to call you less than. Although a lot of you are on that bandwagon. You call people these names. You make these judgments. Confirmation. You ignore people. You belittle people. You think you're better than people. But you expect the better end of the stick. And as I shared in the last episode, you all will experience rude awakenings in your life. Okay? Those moments, again, not to give you anxiety, not to burst your bubble, not to take you away from your fantasies. But the truth is, life is a school. Some of us are teachers, some of us are students. And in different cycles, different missions. What you do, that's a Haitian proverb, by the way. But I'm going to say it in English since many of you don't understand Creole. What you do is what you see. And those of you that know my mother's lung, oh my goodness, I'm saying it in Creole. Lung means tongue. Those of you that know my mother's tongue, meaning my roots, their language, ça ouais, c'est ça ou fait. What you see is what you do. I mean, yeah, that as well. What you see is what you do. Meaning you model as well. If you've seen your parents doing it as you were growing up, chances are you will be doing it that same way until you are approached with a new way. In respect, I'll say a new way, not a better way. In respect, I'll say a new way of doing things. But the first translation I was trying to make is ça ou fait, c'est ça ou ouais, which is what you do is what you see. To summarize, karma. So to get back to our train of thought, we can do better, right? We can do better if we choose to do better. To refresh our memories, today's title is Enabling Love versus True Love. Suggesting that there is a time to show that tough love, all right? And there is a time to show that unconditional love, right? That tough love is in relation to self-preservation, right? You should always self-examine. You should always look at the intention behind it. Why must you administer the love that you share or that you have or once had for somebody? And that is in relation to self-preservation, right? If you give someone your heart and they stomp on it, or they choose to stick it with 3 swords, or they choose to ridicule it, or they choose to experiment on it, with efforts of darkening it and making it as black as possible, Only you can save yourself. You can keep the excuse of, oh, but this is true love. And when you really love, see, it wasn't real love. See, when you really love, even though someone stomped on your heart, even though they backstabbed you, even though they called you prostitute, even though they called you a drug addict, even though they said you sold drugs, even though they said you had 5,000 abortions, even though, yeah, you need to keep running after them. It's true love. It's true. What you talking about? It's true love. That's what you do. It's true. I'm hearing it's nonsense. Girl, put that pretentious true love down, okay? Because that's in the wrong category. This is the category of nonsense. You understand? And I'm hearing clearly some of you say, but I don't know what I never experienced true love. I never had someone love me But you say you have a brain, right? You say you could read. You say you have master's degrees. You say you have the Lord. You say you are better than. You say you are cultured. You say. When are you ready to say, I'm gonna do better? Right? Disregarding my upbringing, disregarding my past experiences, disregarding my understanding in the past. I choose. Everybody got choices, right? I choose to do better. I'm hearing my past doesn't define me. All right? So you could continue to live in your past, right? In that fantasy, that fairyland. You understand? Or you can choose to live in your present and make best of what was offered to you, what was gifted to you. What was an opportunity for you? The good thing about God is His grace and His mercy. And He is not going to subject any of His to continuous abuse, continuous dehumanizing, continuous lies and exploitation. And people, I'm hearing it's the principle. It's the principle of it. Do you have self-respect? No, this is a question I'm going to pause because I want you to ask yourself. Ask yourself right now. I said ask yourself, not your neighbor, not your friend, not the stranger. Ask yourself, do I have self-respect? All right. And I choose to believe it's a family thing. There was a time I used to lean towards, it's a culture thing. That, people from that culture, they really abide by self-respect, and, they raise their children in such ways, and, they raise them to have morals and values, and they understand that education is not out of the home. It starts in the home. Until I encountered those I would have preferred to never cross paths with. Can I be honest? I said, can we be honest? Right. I grew up in Brooklyn, right? My birthplace. But I lived in neighborhoods with several different neighbors from different islands. I'd say 90% of them were Caribbean. And I'm speaking West Caribbean and East Caribbean. And due to the neighborhood I was brought up in, and due to the circles that I still am a part of, I was under the impression we had more similarities than differences, right? But remember, I told you earlier, we all have moments of what? Rude awakenings, people. Yes. Rude awakenings when you realize that as much as you have in common, there's a lot that is hidden, right? A lot of prejudices and dislikes and competitions. And I'm better than you and you're lesser than me. But let me take from you. Let me let you believe I love bomb. I love the money you give me. I love the prestige you give me. I love the connection you give me. I love the home you can give me. I love. I don't love you, but I love what you have. I love your power. I love where you can take me. Right? Now I'm going to say something that may hurt some feelings. You know why? The truth has a way of doing that, right? I say what some of you know to be true, but you would never say out loud. And this is why I have the position that I have. Because God knows I can fulfill the task. I don't need to be part of. I don't need to know. I don't need to be in association of. I need to be aligned with God's will for my life. And that's point blank. Period. Right? Now, this is the truth that a lot of you don't want others to know. Growing up, as much as I grew up in what I deemed to be loving circles, I heard the prejudice as well, right? I heard the prejudices in the direction of African Americans. Yes. Can I be honest? Can I be honest right now? Because I know half of y'all want to lie. But can I be honest right now? Okay? I heard the comparisons. I heard people using certain slang terms and their parents saying, why are you talking like those black Americans? Meanwhile, you're in America. You feel me? But the lesson I didn't learn due to my young age and amount of experience that I was exposed to is the fact, the same way that they can treat African Americans a certain way is the same way they can treat Haitians a certain way, is the same way they can treat Jamaicans a certain way, is the same way they could treat Guyanese a certain way, and so forth. So, as much as you have prejudices against those that are of mixed race and you say, oh, I don't like them because they can pass, because there are times when they utilize being black in order to get what they want. And then when they get in their circles with white people, they just, ignore us. They belittle us. They pretend they're not us, and they get their benefits there too. And they're hypocrites and they're two-faced. Meanwhile, you're doing the same thing, right? When you're with the quote unquote Haitians, what's up, Zo? Sak passe, Zo, right? Can I have some griot, right? And then soon as they walk away, oh, she's not matched. She gotta be a Haitian. And it's the way they say it. It's not even the word Haitian, because say it loud and proud. Haitian American as I be. You understand? It's the tone. It's the mannerism. It's the rejection. It's the hatred. Can I say it's the jealousy? That part. You see, today's title is Enabling Love versus True Love. I will no longer enable the fake love, right? The when I'm with you, we cool love, right? And when I'm not around you, we ain't love, right? If someone's of a darker complexion, oh, you know she's a Haitian. If someone's of a lighter complexion, born on the island, loud and proud, and enters a circle. I've noticed it. I've noticed it. I've noticed it because I have those in relation as well, right? And they come across different cultures from different islands, right? What, you her cousin? How y'all cousins? How y'all cousins? Isn't she Haitian? You'd be surprised to see my family, though. Can I say rude awakenings? Rude awakenings in the realization, as much as we're different, there are hidden And until we say it, mean it, it's going to continue to fester. It is time we look at our face in the mirror. All right? I heard that confirmation. I'm hearing the Michael Jackson song. It's black, it's white. Right? Colorism is something that is a disease in our communities. You feel me? And the fact is, those of us that have been, how should I put this? Educated, can I be real with y'all? Educated enough to the truth to understand the ignorance in the matter. Those that still apply to those ignorant beliefs are under the impression that everyone sees things a certain way, understand things a certain way, believes things a certain way, and that's how it should be done in a certain way. This is why certain people that belong to certain circles, such as athletics or what they believe to be, child, don't make me laugh, what they believe to be elite societies. Meanwhile, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that truth, y'all. I said we about to get back to that truth because some of y'all need to get schooled. But they feel as if, okay, if I have such and such status, then I need to have such and such sit next to me. You understand? To stand by me. You understand? You understand? But at the same time, they're going to play, they're going to use, they're going to exploit, they're going to kill, sacrifice the one that they used to help them arrive to where they are. You understand? And then it's a switch. You understand? And I believe it's okay to have a preference. Can I be honest with y'all? I have preferences, right? The people I've dated, it's a type, yes. And this is why it was so easy to uncover when spell work came to play. Yes. There is not anything wrong with someone having a preference. It becomes ignorant when you begin to put a certain people down due to their complexion, due to their nationality, due to their, traditions, their cultures, and so forth. That's the ignorance. When you grade an entire culture in that manner, when everyone is an individual. I'm going to dare to tell you the truth right now. I love the family I come from. And everything I am, they are. But I must tell you, I represent them collectively, meaning not anyone in my family is just like me. All right? Not anyone in my family sees things just like me. Not anyone in my family understands things like me, wants things just like me, favors things just like me. Not one. Not even who I birthed into this world. And the funny thing about it is, I don't want him to be just like me. I actually want to know what he likes. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite cuisine? And I love to hear the responses. I love to hear the open-mindedness. I love to hear the education. I love to hear the generational curses being lifted. I love to hear I'm on my job. I love to hear the hope. I love to hear the future. I love to hear the elevation. Yes, I love to hear it all. Because my grandmother felt a certain way, saw certain things, or did certain things, does not mean I have to do every single thing. This is my life. All right. And in my heart of hearts, I know she wants me to live my life. All right. Not her life, but my life. All right. And that's okay. You see, when everyone brings something, it makes it worthwhile. It makes it interesting. It seasons it. It's refreshing. It's time. It's time for new heights. And it's going to take us making the decision to stop enabling. Stop enabling ignorance. Stop enabling poor behavior. Stop enabling addiction. Stop enabling theft. Stop enabling targeting others. Stop enabling falsehood, lies. Stop enabling laziness. Stop enabling procrastination. I'm hearing, stop lying to your children. Stop telling them they're better than. I'm going to say that again. Stop telling them they're better than. I'm told to say it again. Stop telling them they're better than. And start teaching them how to better them. Let that process. All right? If you need to marinate it a little longer, do that. Okay? Process it, okay? Execute it, okay? Stop telling them, repeat. Stop telling them, repeat. Stop telling them they are better and start teaching them to be better. Start teaching them to be better. Start teaching them to be better. It's a choice, right? Now, I'm not going to say that everyone that was in my circle while I was growing up, everyone who took part in raising me, everyone who, left some type of input in my life was perfect. I'm not going to say that. But I can also say they all did their job. I can also say, regardless on the ignorance I've witnessed as I was growing up, in regards to peers, hiding in the closet, about their nationality, in fear that someone would think of, oh my goodness, this person is of Haitian descent. I remember those days in high school, they would be sporting around. At that time, they used to have these belts that you could wear. And although those are not the colors of the flag of that island in particular, but it was associated with that island. Those colors were associated with that island. Very much so. Red, yellow, and green. So there would be my peers, right, that I would go to school with in high school. And you would see them wearing these belts and come across other classmates that say, oh, I didn't know you was of such and such descent. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, man. That's where I come from, man. And everyone, I'm from Kingston, man. To the point, the people that really come from the island, they telling those lies. I'm from Kingston, man, and half of them ain't. I'm just telling you what their peers are telling me. Right. Because I am surrounded by them. Because as I said, I grew up in a community with a lot of Caribbean people. And in my life, I've always crossed paths with them, which has caused me to form bonds with them, some of them unbreakable, Some of them have attachments to my child, his godparents, and so forth. And, which is a good thing because it assisted me in not canceling out and being ignorant in regards to any people, because I realized there are those of substance and there are those that need to be disregarded, right? And so I've witnessed this all of my life, this prejudice. And as much as I hesitated in this communication today, I was told that this is a perfect month. This is the perfect time, in fact, because this is, quote unquote, Black History Month. And we need a refresher course on what Black is. You understand? Because although we are spiritual beings having a human experience, we are having a human experience, right? And our spirit is what influences the human experience. You understand? The prejudices, the ugliness, right? The deceit, the lies, the hypocrisy, the ego. And it's not to pinpoint one race or one country or one island. It's not to pinpoint, because all of them have their shortcomings. There's one person in particular, right? And I've made peace with the fact that I may never, ever, can I stress that? Did I stress that well enough? Connect with that person ever again, right? But we will forever have a connection, right? But I recall we had a conversation once because he shared something that a family member said that I felt was ignorant, right? And that is because he is, well, it's not because he is, I'm just saying that's where he's from. He is from West Africa, right? And he had a family member say, like, make comparisons about black people from the West, whether you're from an island or whether, I'm laughing because I remember some jokes he would say, whether you're from an island or whether you're from the United States, they would make commentary that I felt was ignorant, such as, well, the reason we differentiate ourselves from African Americans is because we do not have slave ancestry, And I felt that was so disgusting in its delivery. You know what I'm saying? It was so can I say disgusting? Right? There's a way to say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it's the energy you say it in. You understand? And so prejudice comes from all walks, And I understand that some people from that area would make these types of comments, as ignorant as they are. I understand why. Because they've had hatred towards them as well. Some of them have a darker complexion. And I'm not even going to be one that would share what I've heard since childhood in regards to those with a darker complexion. They've been nasty to them. As I was just trying to say something that I heard, I couldn't even get the words out because I know how painful it was to some of them that appeared to be darker in some complexion, right? But there were brothers and sisters. Can I be honest with y'all? There were brothers and sisters, all right, from the Caribbean. Okay, I'm not even speaking about African American. I'm speaking Caribbean that were ridiculing them, even though all our parents was educated. And all our parents was paying for private school for us. And all our parents was paying for private school bus for us. But they were still being subjected to racial slurs, colorist ignorance and disgust, right? And this is why some people process differently, and some of them end up building walls, and in order to raise themselves, they build walls so they can feel better than how they were subjected to. And then there are those of us that understand how to transmute that energy and not fall into those same ignorant categories, and understand that I am not going to participate in two wrongs making a right. Okay? Because fantasy world is not for me. Denial is not for me. Generational curses is not for me. You understand? And this is why I separate myself. If I separate myself, I have a reason, right? I have a reason because I have options, right? I can participate in enabling love, or I can participate in true love. And I choose to participate in true love, in unconditional love, disregarding your complexion, your nationality, your religion, your tradition. Oh, that's yours to choose. That's your freedom. That's your bloodline. Does it mean I'm going to stay stuck on stupid and put myself in situations where these things will occur over and over and over and over again in regarding to disrespecting of me? I mean, do you even need an answer to that? Because the answer is no. Once I conclude that you are a colorist, a racist, a thief, a Judas, a Jezebel, a sorcerer, engaging with low vibrations, a witch, in association to demons, I said once I conclude, once I unmask you, once I have the revelation, once God has told me, once my angels are guiding me to step away, you better believe it's permanent. There's no way back. Shoot, there's no regard. It's like it never happened. You see, because we all have choices. And although some choose to oppress, there's been a shift, right? It's brought balance, right? Balance is the fruit of the universe, right? And so ancestral message as it is, we will not accept this type of curse to continue. We will not accept anyone who tries to oppress you. We will not accept any confirmation, anyone who tries to steal for what belongs to you. We will not accept anyone who tries to kill you. We will not accept nonsense. Do you hear me? And this is what you are witnessing worldwide. This is what you are being awakened to. The fact that we are in our power once we accept our power. Do you understand me? I know that you have been brainwashed. I know that you have been taught to believe that you were limited. Okay? I know that you've been taught to believe that you need certain collaborations in order to succeed. You need to sell your soul. You need to belong to this fraternity. You need to belong to this society. If it is not in alignment with God's will, if it is not for the good of all, it is not going to last. All right? Confirmation. It is not. Okay, I don't even have to finish that, because y'all heard the double confirmations. You must change to experience change. It doesn't matter. Oh, but it's my mom that's the colorist though. But that's my mom. But I gotta love my mom. But the Bible said, but can I remind you, everybody has choices? I said, can I remind you, everybody has choices. So you trying to tell me that I see and I know that my house is on the next block, but my mother or my father or my brother or my sister or my cousin or my best friend or whoever tells me, nah, we're not going to go to the next block. We're going to turn over here. If we turn over here, we're going to get to your house. Meanwhile, I know I've taken this road before. All right. In fact, I could see my house at a distance, right? I can also see the direction they're guiding me to is a dead end, right? But I'm going to say, I'm going to follow you since you're my mom, since you're my dad, since you're, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? But the truth is, that's what you're doing. And this is not collective. This is not for every person that's listening. This is for the portion in that category. Many of you are doing just that. Are covering your eyes to anything that has to do with truth. And going forth in the wrong direction. In order for you to feel that I'm accepted, I'm loved, right? When the fact is, even though you take the wrong direction, some of you will never get the love that you thirst for. I remember telling you last episode about those rude awakenings we all get, right? Right? And those are the moments when, you get the rude awakenings. You realize it doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how much you give. It doesn't matter at all. Either the unconditional love is there or it's absent. Do you understand? Either it is conditional love, quote unquote, those who still classify that as love, or it's unconditional love. I love you disregarding what you choose. That doesn't mean I'm going to keep you under my wing while you choose to roll in the mud. While you reject the pearls that I've offered you. While you choose to make pigs your peers. No, by no means will I let you contaminate your pork to my wings. Do you understand? But at the same time, at a distance, I do not have to have hatred towards you. I do not have to throw stones at you. I do not have to wish bad on you. I can just keep away from you. See? It's that easy. It's called self-preservation. You understand? And this is what we are receiving for today's message. It's the principle. Yes, we hear forgive, 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 forgive again. Forgive, forgive, forgive. But what they were neglecting to tell you, confirmation. What they were neglecting to tell you is to forgive, 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 forgive yourself. They just were teaching you to forgive others. Or they slapped you, turn the other cheek. Or they slapped you, kneel down to them. Or they slapped you, call the master. Right? Meanwhile, you find yourself in depression and you don't know why. You don't know it's an anger towards self. That you are disrespecting self. Anytime you disrespect self, you will find yourself in a state of depression. And those same people who slapped you, those same people who stepped on you, at times spit on you, right? Those same people tell you the reason why you find yourself in a state of depression, A, it's because you're crazy. B, it's because you don't trust God. C, it's because you don't pray enough. Right? But they don't go to the root of the problem. And in fact, it's not their responsibility to go to the root of the problem. It is your responsibility. It is your It's not sister so-and-so, pastor so-and-so, prophet so-and-so, grandparent so-and-so, parent so-and-so. It is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to conduct these self-evaluations. All right? You ever heard of adulting? I said, have you heard of adulting? Because some of you feel as if because you've heard of sexting, robbing, polluting, playing, you feel as if you've arrived. I'm adulting now. When in fact, maturing is also in association to adulting, right? Progressing is also in association to adulting, right? Correcting is also in association with adulting, right? So when are you going to step up to adulting? When are you going to check yourself? See, because we have time to check the neighbor, so-and-so's wife, so-and-so's ex-wife, so-and-so's son. But when are we going to check ourselves? You understand? This is why you find yourself in the midst of the generational curses that will continue to reoccur because you refuse to change. You will continue to be in lack. You will continue to be in jealousy. You will continue to be in corruption. You will continue to be in lies because that is the energy that you give out. You will continue to experience judgment because that is the energy that you give out. You will continue to experience hardship because that is the energy that you give out. Law of attraction. Research it. You have times to research your black magic, right? Your spell work, right? Your manipulation tactics, right? How to commit a crime, right? When are you researching how to improve your life? I just have a question, all right? And I think it's a fair question, all right? Because if you have enough time to be researching how to kill this person with black magic, if you have enough time to do your research, how to do love bombing in order for you to betray, in order for you to be a Judas, in order for you to be a Jezebel, in order, if you have the time to be in your low vibration, you also have the same amount of time as everyone else that you witness progressing, right? The issue is, how are you using your time? The issue is, are you embracing those generational curses? The issue is the choices that you are making. All right? It's not that life is not fair to you. It's not that so-and-so selfish. It's not that so-and-so forgot you. It's not that so-and-so never loved you. In fact, whoever claims they love you, you could write this down. Whoever claims they love you, but encourages you in going the wrong way, is lying to you. Write it down, y'all. All right? Because you have time to write down the nonsense. Write down the facts. Okay? Anyone that claims they love you but encourages you to stay in the wrong direction, is running game on you. Okay? If they know you're doing something immoral, if they know you're stealing, if they know you're lying, if they know you're killing, if they know you're womanizing, if they know you're sabotaging someone's life, sometimes your own, but they stand by you. They encourage you. They call themselves ride or die. Meanwhile, they're wishing that you die. They're hoping that you die. They're waiting for you to die. Because they want to clean you out for everything you got. You understand? See, some of y'all got that boyish brain, and you need to man up to the manly brain. You understand? Some of y'all got love mixed up with lust. You understand? Some of y'all got wisdom mixed up with manipulation. You feel me? Confirmation. And it's time to wake up. All right? Now, I could go on, but due to time management, I'm choosing to look towards the spread. Now, the first card is spirituality. Many of our ancestors were religious by force. Many were able to retain and preserve spiritual systems despite oppressive forces. However, some of our ancestors misused and abused religion and spirituality for their own gain. I'm going to repeat that. Okay, because some of y'all need that repeat. Some of you need to realize that you are repeating ignorant cycles. Some of you need to be awakened to the truth, right? Some of our ancestors misused and abused religion and spirituality for their own gain. Or they did not put in effort to actively resist conditioning. This card could also indicate the inheritance of spiritual gifts or the suppression thereof. Surrounding cards will clarify. Now, the next card is aunt. So that means this is in relation to somebody's aunt. This can be relevant, rather, to someone's aunt, because this is not a personal reading. This is a collective reading. But someone's aunt may play an influential role in regarding to the misuse of religion and spirituality. The next card, Journey. There's a woman in that card, on the card, in conversation with a man on the card. But what I'm noticing is that along with the white background, I'm noticing the polka dots all over. So in its purity, the communication that is being given in repetitive nature comes with darkness. It's also leading me to believe that it is not just one commentary, and it's not just one person, but there is a mass of people with ignorant understanding Let me rephrase that. With an ignorant way of seeing things, not understanding, because ignorance is not understanding. So an ignorant way of seeing things, ignorant way of interpreting things, ignorant ways of evaluating things, ignorant ways of guiding, flat out ignorance. And that is the energy. But due to the trees I see in the background, I also am aware that this is in association to deep roots, right? This is what great grandparent. This is what bloodline. This is how deeply rooted this pattern is, which makes it very dangerous and something you should walk away from, especially if you're not part of, if you're not associated with, if you have no connection to. You understand? I'm hearing that's God's grace. That's God's grace. Consider yourself favored. I'm hearing man's rejection is God's protection. Okay? Sometimes in your lack of understanding, you're neglecting the fact that all understanding comes from God. And all you have to do is trust, obey, and follow. None other than your Creator. Next card is seeking oneness with all there is. Philanthropy. Keep your involvement hidden. Well, I know for me, you best believe that alignment with God is what I seek. And whatever mission He has for me is where you will find me. And whatever direction He has me geared towards will remain hidden to those that are enemies. Sometimes the easiest way to say it is just to say it. Not to beat around the bush, not to speak in riddle, not to confuse. But due to wisdom and the guidance I receive, and God's unconditional love towards me, from now forth, right? Because in the past, there were a lot of lessons that were not available to me at that time. But because I know better today, confirmation, when I know better, I do better. And this is why when I share with you in ways for you to take care of self. I've shared with you before in the days that we're living in. And when I'm saying in the days that we're living in, I'm hearing it's always been that way, right? It's always been that way. That you should talk less and do more. Stop showcasing. That's for people who thought they never would be. That's another Haitian proverb. Those that show off, it's because they never thought. They never thought they would arrive. You understand? Whether they grew up in a bush or I don't even know what they call it, maybe shacks. Whatever it was. Confirmation. Whatever it was. Those that grew up in a comfortable setting, pay attention. They do not show off. They do not have to floss. They do not have to say, I'm better than you. They was born knowing. They was born receiving. They was born to be great. So they do not have the thirst to, I'm great. Can you see me? Can you see I'm great? I'm competing. Do you see me? Do you see me? I'm over there. Oh, I'm better than her. Isn't that true? Can I get your value? You will not see that. You will not hear that. It's sad, for a matter of fact. It's sad. It's sad that you have to excuse, that you have to exude that much energy in trying to prove yourself. Because that energy that you're using to try to prove yourself, that energy that you're using to try to compare, that energy that you're using to try to arrive at I don't know what destination, because life is the journey, right? That energy could be used constructively in areas of creativity. But again, everybody has choices. And with those choices, we focus on what we choose to focus on. And we witness it in our circles as it manifests. We don't even have to take anyone's word for it. We're in a season where balance appears to be ASAP. What you do is what you see. Right? Karma. Right? And so it would benefit you to stay in a path that keeps you in the light. Next card is power. You know what that's telling me? When you stay in a path that keeps you in the light, you benefit because you are in a high vibrational sector, right? And that assists you in areas of manifestation. And this is why those who focus on Those who seek to be in alignment with God. Those who seek to align their will with God's will for the benefit of all are those you will see in their power. Pay attention. Some of these will not be in your circle. And that's due to your vibrational levels. But you will see them from afar. You will see them from a distance. You will hear their stories. You will witness their victories. Whether you say it out loud or you say it inside, God's name will be praised. And your spirit will witness. God is God is God. Respect God. Respect God's anointing. Respect the chosen. Respect God's judgment. Respect yourself. Next card is the Sun. That speaks for itself, right? That's clarifying that the truth will be revealed. It will be undeniable. The lies will be fact-checked. They will be discreditable. God will shine light. And his chosen will remain in might. Respect yourself. All right. Next card is Earth. Nurture. But the energy I'm getting from this card is some of you need to ground yourselves. All right. Spend time in incorporating more herbs into your diet. I said your diet. This includes sage, rosemary. The list is long. And although I can share the list with you, it would take too long, and also I'm being guided not to. The mentality of being lazy and expecting to be spoon-fed is not of God. It is your responsibility to nurture yourself, right? The expectations that my friends owe it to me. They owe me. They have to be my counselors. They have to be my psychiatrist. They have to be my nurse. They have to be my bank. They have to be everything to me. And I owe them nothing. Confirmation is not of God. And let me remind you, today's title is Enabling Love versus True Love. All right. So enabling love, right? Is conditional love. True love is unconditional love. And I'm not here to enable you. I'm not here to keep you in your vices. I'm not here to pretend. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I just relay the messages. And in doing so, let me repeat, it would benefit you to incorporate more herbs in your diet. It would also benefit you to drink tea on a daily basis. Research the benefits of certain spices and herbs. And when you seek the benefits, when you research the benefits of it, regard the medical benefits as well as the spiritual benefits. Now it will go over some people's heads what I just said. But those who are meant to hear will hear. See, this is life, you know. This is about you being in the right place, in the right time, doing the right thing. This is about you choosing to utilize the teaching that you believe that you were expecting, right? You were asking God for, what do I do? How do I maneuver? Some of you actually do that. Some of you pray. I'm aware of that. But when you're receiving the answers, are you alert? Are you taking note? Are you making changes? Are you executing them? Because if you are, you should also be progressing. You be the judge. Are you progressing? Question yourself. Now, this next card is very interesting in its positioning, because instead of it coming right side up, it came in reverse. Make the effort Great love is worth taking, the steps you're guided to take. And in the picture, I'm witnessing a kiss. I said it was in reverse. So there is someone in your circle that stands in falsehood. Someone that you should not, let me repeat, should not. One more time. Should not be making the effort in regards to a connection in love. They are false. They may appear to come in the energy of wanting to take steps with you in the direction of love, but you're being guided to walk away. All right? Now you can take it, or you can continue that generational curse. Not all of you are called to be generational curse breakers, and that's okay. You are right where you're supposed to be, learning the lessons you're supposed to be learning. Next card is transition. Calmer waters. Healing. Progress. Moving on, moving forward, things calming down. Calm after a storm. Overcoming hardship. Relief. Stability. Escaping. I can't hide the smile on my face. That word does something to me, y'all. Escaping. Running away. Journeys. Traveling. Travel overseas. Going on holiday. Feeling deflated. Transition. And the last card on that pile. Love and wisdom. Victory. Let me repeat. Victory. One more time. Victory over those who would attack you. Remember the previous card? Do not make the effort. Someone is in falsehood. All right? Now, this could be in relation to a romantic relationship. This also can be in a relation to a family member, a friend, and so forth. As a matter of fact, that card in particular is of a young boy and a young girl. So it does not have to be regarded as romantic love and so forth. Confirmation. It is just someone close enough that shares some type of intimacy with you. And this is why, this is not why only, but this is reinforcing or confirming that card that we came across earlier, which is an aunt. So it could be some type of family member or friend that is in their falsehood. It also can be romantic love. You need to decipher for yourself. You need to take what you want. You need to leave the rest. Okay? Now for the second pile, restrictions. Restrictions can range from individual restrictions, such as blocked self-expression, to societal restrictions, such as Jim Crow and failed immigration policies. Many of our ancestors experienced a range of restrictions that manifest for us today as energy blockages, debilitated willpower, and fear of risk-taking and the unknown. This card could also indicate an ancestor was a part of creating restrictions for individuals and groups, and that karma is affecting you now. Let me tell you how funny my spiritual support team is. I do not conduct readings on enemies. And the reasons why I don't do that is because they have this nasty energy. You understand? That I do not want to associate to it because it's such of a low vibration, and I do not want such portals in my environments. You understand? And this is why I rely on my spirit support team as far as the messages, the revelations I receive, and so forth. But as for me, I'm not going to sit down and say, let me do a reading on this idiot, on this thief, on this Jezebel, on this Judas. That's never happened. That doesn't happen. That never will happen. But God has a way of relaying the messages anyway. You understand? But the joke here is, when I was pulling out the cards today for the second pile, a name was given to me. Do you hear me? A name, a specific name of a specific person that I've crossed paths with before was given to me. You understand? And those of you that first cross paths with me, and when I say this, I mean on the cyber streets, I've never met a majority of you. All right. Most of you, if we want to be specific here, who was introduced to me by means of gang stalking, because this is how this person in particular decided to make jokes confirmation, decided to bring someone down, decided to defame their character, decided to do smear campaigns and so forth. That was her way to project. Those of you who are aware, when I say the horse with the limp, you know who I'm referring to, right? This is not because I've called on you. This is not because I've invited you here. This is not because I know you. This is because she's made campaigns to gang stalk me in order to ridicule me in some manner. And in the end, she ridiculed herself. I'm sorry. Yo, how does that feel though? Cause someone out there tell me, how would you feel if you was trying to bring somebody down, you know, trying to defame their character, trying to call them all types of names, trying to ruin their family home, trying to steal from them, trying to kill them, trying to, right? And in the end, God made it. I said God. Can I repeat God? God made it, right? Who are you to fight with God? God made it that it all reversed to you. That's what you call victory. Did you hear me? I want you to hear me now. That's what you call victory. When you have an enemy that you don't know what you did, how you did it, when you did it, but she declared you as an enemy to take you down. And you witnessed God in his might and grace on your journey. You understand? And it was revealed to the entire population that was under her spell that all those smear campaigns and those defamations of character and lying and stealing and accusing and the list is too long was a self-portrait. Right? And so what I want to tell you is, for this second pile, without stating the name, the description is horse with the limp. So if you have the horse with the limp, or if you've crossed paths with the horse with the limp, or if you're in association with the cross with the limp, this pile right here may unveil some hidden secrets. All right? Thanks be to God. So, remember, the first card was restrictions. And what caught my attention the most is this card could also indicate an ancestor was part of creating restrictions for individuals and groups that karma is affecting you now. You know those prejudice restrictions? Those we spoke of earlier? Those colorist restrictions? Those nationality restrictions, those fantasy restrictions, those I'm better than you confirmation. I'm better than you restrictions. Yeah, those. Those I have low self-esteem, so let me put you down so I could feel better. Restriction. Those I wish I was you. I want your life. Restrictions. Those jealousy, restriction. Those restrictions, y'all. Wake up, y'all. All right. Dang. Out of all the cards, theft. There is a man with a mask coming out of a window with gold and jewelry and chinaware and everything that could fit in a bag. Confirmation, y'all. That is trying to escape. Okay. What I also love in this description is a black cat hissing at it. It hissing at it. Chasing him away. Right? It's telling me the theft was seen. The same way the cat saw it, the angel saw it. The same way the angel saw it. Confirmation. The same way the angel saw it, the ancestors saw it. The same way the ancestors saw it. God saw the theft. Right? It was done that night. On the perfect moon cycle, right? But what's also interesting about this card is, yeah, you stole, right? You have a bag full of goods, right? But guess what? You appear to be on the third floor, right? As I look at this card. So that's telling me you ain't gonna make it from that far. You see, if you just pay attention, I said if you just pay attention, the messages will reveal themselves to you, right? It shows there's not much brain power right there, because if you had enough brain power, you wouldn't climb so high, because you'd understand you're going to fall so low. You understand? You would understand that even confirmation, even in your efforts to do this in the dark, the heavens, the universe, that balance is the fruit of the universe. You would also know that what you do is what you see, right? And in the end, in your escape, right? With the mask on your face, right? You fall to the death of you. Right? Right? You and everyone else involved too. Those you sent, yes, I am hearing that ring. That's confirmation. Those you sent and you too arrived to the death of you. Got that? I am just reading the card and relaying the messages. The next card. Diplomatically. Something some of y'all don't know how to spell. Relationships. Get a fair deal. You know what that's telling me? There's a way to approach an issue. And it starts with honesty. Especially in this season, right? This maturing season that a lot of y'all fall under. All right. Some of you senior citizens. All right. And you would have thought that in this season, you would be able to walk in integrity. You would be able to be in your truth. You would be able to claim your children. That part. Yes, I have a daughter. Yes, I have a son. So what? So what? I said, so what? Who would define children as something you have to hide? No, confirmation. All right? I said, who would define children as something you need to hide? See, it's somebody who has no understanding, all right? Who's ignorant in nature, all right? Who holds no let me take a deep breath, y'all. I just don't understand how someone could not claim a child. I'm trying to understand, you know. I study human development. I study psychology. I study sociology, but I still cannot grasp how you can deny your child. There's no diplomacy there. None whatsoever. And to make it more ratchet, can I just be real with y'all for a minute, right? To make it more ratchet is when your quote unquote baby mama agrees to it. Yeah, you could deny you have my child. God forbid. God forbid. I'm experiencing a moment of speechlessness because I don't understand how I could tell a man that it's okay. You could lie. You could deny my child, the child I carried 9 months, the child that I claim to be yours, the child that is part me. You could deny my child. Ratchet. I said that's ratchet. And this is me keeping my promise and going back to the subject area that we spoke of earlier. When I stated that some people believe they're elite, they're of a certain class, they're better than. But people who really belong laugh. Yo! I mean, the truth will set you free. I mean, no one from that class is ratchet. You understand? No one from that class is going to tell you, don't tell them that we have a child and go marry them and steal their money and bring them home and let's pretend we first class. Yo! Y'all ain't gonna kill me today. Just like you didn't kill me yesterday. Just like you ain't gonna kill me tomorrow. But what I'm trying to tell you is it makes no sense. This is in the category as nonsense. You follow me? People of that class, you say you of that class, but people of that class, quote unquote, right, do not have to send their gigolo, quote unquote, to find somebody to fund your crack addiction, quote unquote. All right? This is the moment of your rude awakening, quote unquote. Remember? We all have our rude awakenings, quote unquote. Right. It's time to see your reflection, quote unquote. It's time for you to accept. I know you wish you was, but you just don't want to be, quote unquote. Yes, I do have a smile on my face. And it ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Yo, the next card is balance, y'all. Can you believe? You see why I gotta love divination? Like, it's confirmation after confirmation after the next card is balance. Just like that. You understand? It's like what you see is what you do is what you see. Right? As Haitian as that be. Right? As much as you said Haitian is below me. Right? But balance, our proverb, I said balance. Ça ou fait, c'est ça ou ouais. Ça ou ouais, c'est ça ou fait. What you see is what you do. What you do is what you see. All right? Excuse the Haitianness, but take the note. Yeah, you heard sarcasm. And? I said, and? It's called proper delivery. The next card is man holding a coin. Right? Soon as I picked up that man holding a coin, My eyes landed on restrictions. That restriction card. Ancestors, a part of creating restrictions for individuals and groups, and that karma is affecting you now. Now, let me tell y'all something. A lot of times you see a man. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth today. You take it how you want. I said you just take it how you want to take it. You understand? Because you know I'm just going to say it anyway. You understand? All right. So, a lot of times you see a man, right? And you think he got a lot going for himself, right? Meanwhile, you know he's supposedly building with someone, right? Especially if he's quote unquote married, right? And in your bird brain, and I'm specifically speaking to the ones with the bird brains because I understand a lot of you are on the level of intellectual. But with your bird brain, you assume that the ability, the foundation, is all due to the man. Meanwhile, you overlook his legally tongue twist, his immigration status, right? Earlier I was going to say legalization, but I prefer to say immigration status. You ignore the fact that he lacks a degree of education, right? You ignore the fact that he is not of a certain profession, right? But in your bird brain, right? As you let lust lead and leave love behind, right? As you let greed lead and leave common sense behind, right? You fantasize and you claim that the quote-unquote spouse, as fraudulent as the marriage was, as she was love-bombed and was not aware that he was on a mission to collect for his pimpette. Let's get it right. You overlook all these different avenues that you really shouldn't have overlooked. And you believe that he is the man holding the coin. Not understanding confirmation. Not understanding that is an association I'm going to try to say this in a way it won't hurt your feelings too bad. I'm trying to be nice, y'all. Give me credit, okay? Without her, I just got to say how it comes, all right? Without her. I said without her, there is no coin. Mic drop. I said mic drop. There is no coin. He was able to fund your crack addiction because he was stealing from her, right? And he's not the first and he's not the last to do that. And I'm not speaking of women having that experience several times, because it just takes once to never happen again. But I'm saying that it's happened to a lot of women at least once in their lifetime, when they awaken to the fact that, oh, I'm not saying he's a gold digger. Know the song? But he not after Annie broke. Eager. Is that short for ignorant? Oh, God have mercy. God, I love you. Confirmation. You know the love is true. I said confirmation, God. Hey, So, enjoy your man holding the coin. Next card is birth and renewal, right? So once this quote unquote man holding the coin stepped away, and this precious soul experienced the dark night of the soul and arose and became the phoenix. She experienced renewal. See, a lot of you are experiencing poverty simply because of your association to poverty, right? And when I say association to poverty, specifically, I'm speaking to the low vibration, the energy, right? If you are in association with those that are stealing, are in addiction, are framing, are sabotaging, are killing, are... I just thought of something, but I'm going to show you mercy. Whatever the case of low vibration, you're going to carry that energy. And you're going to manifest that energy. And until you accept the truth of the matter, which is there is a difference between enabling love versus true love, processing it, and making the due changes for progress. Until you arrive at that stage, you will not experience rebirth. You will remain in that cycle. And that's on period. All right? You could take it, you could leave it, and it's still on period. Okay? The next card is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I want you to pay attention. It says, as you release. I'm going to repeat that, because I might be able to be of help to somebody today. Just in repetition. Of this statement. As you release and heal. You see, you heal after you release. I said you heal after you release. You heal after executing the release. Yes. I said after the release. Okay? The release of the past. Your past does not define you. Somebody that's broken out there. Someone that's given up on themselves. Somebody that is humiliated. I said your past does not define you. What you do today, however, influences the definition of you. So keep that in mind. How you behave, who you connect to, your ability to reason. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And that is because you declutter, right? You make room for other, right? And God lifts you higher, right? Because you deserve better, right? And finally, you meet the one and you love each other. See, everybody has choices. There is enabling love, right? Versus true love. Right? What's your lane? Because I know you busy focusing on her lane and his lane and their lane. But what's your lane? I said, what's your lane? Do you stay in your lane? Is that really your lane? See, we have moments of fantasy. We have moments of deflected reality. Not reflected, but deflected. True story. All right? But until you get real with yourself, you will continue to experience What you believe is the worth of self. Child, the next card is burden. Overburdened, overloaded, responsibilities, stress, problems, weight on shoulders, duty, drudgery, obligation, saddled, restricted, burnout, uphill struggle, taken for granted, delays, ça ou fait, c'est ça ou ouais. What you see is what you do. What you do is what you see. Next card. Oh, thank God, thank God, thank God. I said thank God. Thank God for freedom. The next card is liberation. Deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. I'm being told to tell you, those of you that are experiencing being gang-stalked because they are cowards. I said because they are cowards. One more time for those in the back. Because they are cowards. Right? You're being told when you pray to not just pray and mention the names that you are aware of. For example, horse with the limp. But when you pray, mention those that you are aware of, and also mention those known and unknown that play the role of enemies, of persecutors, of accusers, of blockers, and so forth in my life. God has enough brain power. Okay? Don't believe the hype. You don't know my name. I'm cloaking myself with spell work. I'm doing spell work to make you confused. Like, if you want to continue to believe the hype, do you? All right. But from experience, I guarantee you, that's all it takes. God, those enemies known and unknown, right? I need you to return it to sender, right? At its highest. I didn't say lowest. I said at its highest capacity. And you say that because you are loving with true love, right? When you love with true love, you want them to be on their true path, right? So it's not time to coddle them and have mercy. Child, you do you. All right. You just keep doing you, okay? Because I know what's worked for me, all right? I understand that it is until they receive the balance, the fruit of the universe, right? Until they receive it in its full capacity, in its highest capacity, is then and only then they can comprehend. Do you understand? Some people are fast learners. Some people are slow learners. Some people are hard-headed. Some people are evil. Some people are corrupt. So make it work, okay? Make it work and show some love, okay? God, return it in its highest capacity. I reclaim all the gifts you've given to me. Okay? I return all the negative energy. Okay? I claim all the favor, all the protection, all the guidance, all the dialogue, all the connection that you have for me, all the abundance, all the prosperity, all the love that you have for me. And whatever that is not in alignment with my will and your will and the good for all, I reject. All right? It's not accepted at this address. Okay? See, you have to not just say you want to see a better world. You need to participate. You need to do your part. You need to stop enabling. You need to learn to pray. You need to stand up. Right? It's time to stand up. I'm sure his name is International. I'm sure the song is international. And in celebration of his contribution to the human race, I quote, "Stand up for your rights." Today's channeled song, Bob Marley. Be well and peace.